and the Guilty is recorded live with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Now, here's your host, Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty. We are live here in the wonderful Purple Heart Homes studio. Thanks for WSIC for hosting us. This is Sheriff Campbell's Good and Bad, Guilty show, but I am not your host, Sheriff Campbell. His calendar literally changed before my eyes today. He had an appointment come up at 3 o'clock that was tomorrow. It changed today, and I'm that go-to guy. So I learned something, though. I was able to get another appointment on his calendar, and I said, but boss, look, it's right there. You didn't see it before? Oh, no, I didn't know it was there.
How'd that work out?
It worked out. We had a meeting. It was good. So sometimes I figured out now how to get my meeting in there when I need to see him. So thank you, Captain Matt Burleyson. Thank you, Detective Shawn Rowe, yes. our wonderful, esteemed threat assessment investigator. Highly qualified. That's better, exactly. We thank you for being here today. You've got a big night coming up tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll talk more about that. Or I should say the sheriff's got a big night. He's hosting a crowd of folks.
Yes,
coming
over 100 people.
Yeah, over 100 people signed up for our public church shield. There's still time to sign up. There's well, the sheriff says there's never any closing numbers. We just open the doors and standing room only if we need to. But Citizens Academy, Teen Academy, any of those, the more the merrier. So we welcome all. But tomorrow from 6 to 8, you can go on our Facebook, go on our app, go to our website. You can sign up there. It's free, 6 to 8:30 over at the Agricultural Center. We did outgrow our training facility.
Yes.
And I remember there was an afternoon that you were over there counting chairs for me.
Counting chairs, counting desks, trying to figure out how we're going to get all these people in the room. And
But
very quickly ran
but the
out of
sheriff
chairs.
said that's a good thing. He is happy about that. So we're glad to have those people coming out. I think we're coming from all over. So whether you're in the county, outside the county, if you guys want to send a Facebook message, let your friends, family, other church members know we do have room available, and it's a great course. Again, like I said, I don't give too much away. I know we want to spend a whole segment talking about it, but we're gonna you are going to kind of wet their whistle a little bit about what can be brought to their church.
Yes, sir.
And Sheriff Campbell can send you, the other investigators, go himself. I know he stood up before a Sunday congregation and talked, and kind of talk about the need for a safety team or having those key players in positions when it's needed. So, right. Yep. So thank you. Well, we've got several things to talk about as well. I know that I needed to make sure I mention Harrison's. I always get started talking, and I don't give appreciation to those guys. Harrison's is a fine sponsor of The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty, and I know Sheriff Campbell appreciates all they do for us, uniform-wise, getting us outfitted, and there's lots of good gifts in there too.
Yeah, I just got a new shirt from him.
Did you really? Which brand did you go for?
No, it was our uniform shirt.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, see, I was thinking about the gift shirts, the Ariat, the Carhartt, all those other things that I see a lot of guys wear. I don't do the cowboy boots very well, so yeah. But they got a lot of boots, a lot of shoes, a lot of good things. So try to give those guys a call. They are, I think they're all over the Southeast. I know Winston, I know Hudson up near Hickory, Lenore. In Mooresville, across from Walmart's a big store.
Yep, somewhere in South Carolina too, I think.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So you can get online, check out Harrison's, find out what they have available: uniforms, Western wear, gifts, lots of stuff. It's a great place to go down and check them out. So we appreciate their support for us. So what else happened this week, Shawn? What happened Monday?
Monday was the first day of school for ISS students.
Monday was the first day of school for Iredell Statesville
students.
You're trying to trick me. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you knew the answer. We didn't study beforehand, did we? So you were busy, I know, with the schools last week with some of the school resource officers. Sheriff Campbell has kind of tasked you with going out and touching bases with these school district systems, even the private schools.
Yep, we were at a private school this morning.
Okay, all right. What type of services do you guys offer, does the sheriff's office offer to those folks?
The private schools?
Yeah. Or any schools?
Any schools. I mean, we always help with our lockdowns and any kind of active shooter training. General security, of the school. So we set up a site survey that we're going to do at a private school in the next couple weeks. Talk about help them with their lockdown drills, student safety things, just how to keep kids safe when they're
Right.
away from their parents for 8 hours a day.
Right. And, the school system they are a lot of moving parts, cogs and wheels and stuff going together. I know you have a wife also that's an educator.
Yeah, she's a teacher at a local school
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And so for us being able to be a part of what they have with safety is very important. And, the sheriff started with the idea many years ago, if we couldn't have elementary school resource officers, we'd have shields in the schools. And I think that's part of your presentation. You talk about how to use those shields, utilize those.
Yep, we do that with the SROs.
Even those for cover, concealment, being able to make movements and stuff around those little small children. And then having now the resource officers in all the schools, all
huge.
the elementary schools, all the middle schools, the high schools, the K-9s that are there at the high schools and middle school level, having that type of interaction obviously builds a lot of trust and support, but they've got to know how to act.
Yeah. They also went to that NC Safer Schools conference that was here in Statesville 2 weeks ago.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
There's tons of good training there.
Right. A lot of, tabletop exercises with lockdowns, some active shooter, shooter type information.
They did like an after action of the Parkland shooting, in Douglas High School.
And I think you've got some of that to talk about, maybe not all of it, because I know you're going to talk about it tomorrow, but you've got some case study information on church shootings. Have you done some stuff on school shootings too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So I know there's quite a bit we want to get into. So we've got another minute or so. You got kids in the school system, right?
I do have kids in the school system.
Right.
Elementary school.
Were they happy to go back to school? Because there's been a lot of tears shed around the county, I'm sure, on Monday.
They weren't real happy about it, but I think once they got there and got back, they're getting back in the swing of things.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So it's a big deal. I know one of our deputies has had a kid start a kindergarten
today.
And it was the second day, and it was kind of like hey, I'm a tough guy now. Here I am. Thanks, Dad. See ya. Walk them in. You can walk them in then. So
one of your SROs child's had a first day today in kindergarten.
Yep. Yep. So, it's happening all over us, guys. So we appreciate you letting us, as the sheriff's office, serve in the school system. Know your school resource officer out there, and they're here to help you. Know that good old Detective Shawn Rowe is here at the office to help you. But don't go anywhere. Come back with us in just a few moments, and we will get a little more in-depth talking about Church Shield coming up tomorrow night. All right, thank you, Joe. Welcome back. I think that's some new music you got going on there. Something a little upbeat, a little exciting. It's not that Alfred Hitchcock, Pink Panther, whatever stuff that Chief likes.
It's coming.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
it's coming. Of
It's
course
coming.
it is. It's coming.
I promise you, it's coming.
Well, that's for him. Yep. So, welcome back, guys, to the Purple Heart Home Studio, WSIC Live with Good, the Bad, and the Guilty, sponsored by our friends at Harrison's Uniforms. We thank you for tuning in today. I've got Detective Shawn Rowe with us, one of our highly trained threat assessment investigators, and I'm just regular old trained Captain Matt Burleyson. So I don't think I've got any highly trained.
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. There's been a bunch of it. So, but we were talking during the break about the Church Seal class. I told our listeners whenever they came back, we would dive a little more deeper into it. It's on Facebook. There's a link there. You can go back. I believe Ms. Dara's got it set up as an event. So it's in our banner up there. You can just click on it and go straight to it. It'll take you right to our login where we ask your name, phone number, email address, church name, your role at the church. And it doesn't matter if you're a member or a Sunday school teacher or part of the safety team or parking lot, whatever you are part of, this training can be beneficial for you. It's free of charge. And I know that just click on the number of the people you're bringing. So you can register for your whole safety team. You can register for your usher team. You can register for your choir if that's who you want to bring. So
It doesn't matter.
Yep, exactly. So what did it say? Yeah, who is it for?
It's for church leaders, volunteers, and part of your church safety team. Class is designed to empower you with practical tools to protect your congregation.
Outstanding. That's great. And I know, as we said earlier, the sheriff has, when he came into office, it's one of the things that was a need that he had addressed, just like the need for officers in the schools. It was a relatively new thing as far as nationwide. I think, didn't we say today that was it Rudolph? What was the name of the guy in?
Well, we're not going to say his name because we don't do that.
Right. Good.
But it was the Charleston church shooting in
Charleston
2014.
Yep. 2014. That's when the sheriff came in office.
Yep.
He had worked with the North Carolina Sheriff's Association, where he was president as well, in developing this presentation that he's changed a little bit, added some case study information, some other stuff.
We've done
to
a bunch of stuff to it.
Yeah, exactly. So what's when someone comes tomorrow night from 6 to 8:30, what are they going to get? What's going to start us off and give us a little teaser, a little tidbit of what they're going to see?
So we're going to talk about some current event shootings that have happened here recently.
Mm-hmm.
As recent as June of this year, there's a shooting at a church in Michigan. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the big church shootings that people know about because it's on the news, and some of the smaller ones that people don't know as much about. An event could happen at a church as small as 10 or 15 to one of the largest churches in the country last year.
Okay.
So we talk about that. We talk about the importance of safety. Then we talk about some things that, not just active shooter, but how you can protect your church from kind of regular crime stuff, breaking and enterings, burglaries. We had an armed robbery at a church 2 years ago.
So going back and starting at the beginning with your case studies, I know that a lot of the training we take in law enforcement is case studies. What happened? We get some of that inside information as law enforcement that the public doesn't know about.
Yep.
And, it helps us to understand, I don't know if it's the mentality, but the methods.
Yes.
And so whether these shootings are successes or failures, whatever it may be, how can it be a success? But you know what I'm saying? It's good for us, you guys, to be able to take that apart and apply that. So when you're talking about, let's say, the Michigan shooting, and you're telling those details, it's to make these people realize that, hey, church is a soft target.
Yes.
And, you've got to do what you can to fortify, to harden that target, from the inside out. And that's incredibly important. And you can give them some methods, talk about some ideas. I know that one of the things that we say is this is best practices.
Yeah,
we're not
absolutely.
telling you this is what you do and you're going to be safe.
That's my favorite slide of the whole program.
You like that one, right?
No, we can talk about where you should place people in the church. Where you should place people in the church. What things you could do to deter
Mhm.
things you could do as some people are coming in.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, one of the things too that you led into, and I kind of stopped you there, is that the crime, if you take out an active shooter situation, a safety team can prevent lots of crime. And,
Yeah.
you know, I do some of the sheriff's office neighborhood watch groups.
Mhm.
And, you know, the sheriff taught me, hey, look around, your crime's coming from within.
Yeah.
You know, you don't always have these, you know, carjackers, whatever, breaking and enterings that they just unload in the neighborhood and scurry through. That happens, especially
Yes.
near interstates that come up from that county below us
Uh-huh.
and hit. But it could be that neighborhood kid. It
Yeah.
could be that drug user. It could be someone down the street. So crime can come from within the church. So you've got to look at how you're going to safely, what procedures. So you talk about some of that stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the main drivers of some of these shootings recently has been like domestically involved family members, things like that. So there's lots of options.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's an element there to where, you know, your pastor or your faith-based leader, you know, you go to them for marriage counseling or
Right,
help.
that's one we talk about.
Right. And, you know, if you're not getting the words you want, or if it doesn't fix your marriage like you thought it was going to, then you got to blame somebody. And who are you going to blame?
Yep. And they become the target.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I know there can be custody situations. We see that with schools.
All the time.
You know, your little kid goes to Sunday school and, you know, you're in a embattled custody agreement and you don't get to see your child, but you know your child's in Sunday school on Sunday morning. Where are you going to go get your kid? And, you know, that's some education that a lot of times these Sunday school teachers don't know.
Don't think about.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about domestic violence is a section that we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And custody is one of them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Are they bringing DVPOs or that
Right.
custody paperwork to the church to let those people know that,
Right.
hey,
Yeah,
mom or dad can't have him
that's right.
per the judge.
Yeah, and I know most families don't want to put their business in the street, but if you've went to a judge and you've said, hey, my husband or my wife is a danger to me and my child, and they've been evicted, and they have a no contact order, a domestic violence protective order, and they can't see me or my kid or, you know, the spouse or the kid, that's something you want to tell the pastor and the church safety team and the Sunday school teacher. It's not putting your business in the street. It's just being safe.
We also talk to the safety teams about that, and keeping that confidential when they need to.
Right.
So they're not going to be blabbing your business out either.
Right, yeah. Because, you know, things can change. We've seen some of those orders change and custody agreements go to court, and now they can see the kid on, you know, weekends and Wednesdays, and, you know, we can't be responsible for all that stuff. I mean, or excuse me, they can't be responsible for all that. But if they don't know, or if they've never been told or never talked about it, then that's a problem. And I know, you know, these Sunday school teachers are just like our teachers in school. You used the words, you've empowered them to fight back. And do you talk about the active shooter acronym much in there?
We don't in the church shield as much.
Okay.
We kind of gloss over it.
Okay.
But at that point, we're in the fight.
Right.
Fight
Exactly.
part of it.
Yep. And that
So-
might be something that we can bring up maybe in the next break. That's our avoid, deny, and defend, which is our active shooter training. One of the things that the sheriff wanted to make sure that, you know, we, not only the churches, but businesses, schools, doctors' offices, private establishments, public establishments, you know, anywhere that someone needs to have that training, that mentality of avoid, deny, defend.
Yep.
You know, an active shooter could show up anywhere, you know, the movie theater, the restaurant, something like that. Grocery store, exactly. Yep. That's been happening. I think there was, what did I see the other day? A Target or something? Target parking lot. So even outdoors situations. Yep. And so that's a separate training that you guys can bring out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
and we can tailor that to your business.
Okay.
So we walk around while we do that training. We can show you the hard corners in your business, places where you could go to lockdown, or if locking down is not an option, good exits, good ways to defend yourself.
So is So with your church shield, tomorrow night you won't get into that type of stuff, but whenever you go to their church, whenever
we'll talk about it a little more.
Yeah, whenever the
specifically for
church
their
leaders say, "Hey, Sheriff's got a great program out there. We need to bring it in here." So when you go talk to the safety team, part of your assessment is what at the church?
So we walk around. We do again general safety stuff. Make sure bushes are trimmed, lights are. They have security cameras and constant on lights at nighttime, not just motion lights. Windows are tinted appropriately or covered as needed. And then we can talk about where they can go to lock down. Do they have anywhere? Some churches,
it's kind of hard to lock down that much.
You can't really lock down.
I know that some of the big places that we've been in, it's kind of been, hey, we can take care of the pastor and the kids. You guys are, not saying you're on your own because we want you to have this training and think about it. But now we can only secure the pastor and the kids. I mean, so that's something to think about.
One of the things in church shields we talk about is having it outside. So if you can confront the threat outside
before it enters
your building, you're a whole lot better.
That's
and we
great.
talk about that because the Michigan shooting.
Okay.
Because there's a video that's perfect for that.
Okay, awesome. Well, guys, we have gotten into some good stuff with Church Shield. That's happening tomorrow night, free over at the Ag Center. You can register with us at the Sheriff's Office. Give us a call and we'll get you registered if you can't. And we'll be back here in just a few minutes with another segment, The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty. electric techno dance music there. You know,
It's different.
it just what goes along with law enforcement. We're going to find up some music. Maybe sheriff would like some Lone Ranger or something like that. Western music.
Should we just do the Law and Order theme from now on?
That
Dun, 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 dun.
That is probably one of the most widely known.
Oh,
except for
easily.
maybe the sharks, the Jaws theme from the shark coming up, the impending doom. So no, let's not do it.
I can get you a Law and Order for next week, maybe even for this week. Let's see what I can do.
See what you can do.
Let's see what I can do.
Well, thanks, Joe. You always come through for us. Well, welcome back to the good, the bad, and the guilty. We are here in studio. I am not your host, Sheriff Darren Kimball. I'm your host, Matt Burleyson. And with the highly trained, that's what we've determined, because it says it in print. I believe he told me to say it earlier, the highly trained threat assessment investigator, Shawn Rowe.
I don't know if I said all that.
Well, you said you didn't want to bring us back in from the break, so I'm doing that again. So let me bring in my intro. Guys, we thank you for joining us. We are on Facebook. If anybody wants to comment on WSIC's Facebook page, I will see that. Thank you, folks, for tuning in and watching. Hello, Major Fink. Hello, Sissy. Good to hear you or see you again. We thank you guys for tuning in. Sheriff had an important appointment that he had to be at today, last minute. I'm sure he'll be back next week, so you can tune in then. We've talked already with Shawn about the sheriff's church shield that is coming tomorrow.
Super
big
excited
turnout
about it.
Yeah. How many again?
Over 110 or 12 now signed up. We had some sign up just right before we got here.
And this, come one, come all. So we've got plenty more coming, and that's fine. And, I know that some of those neighboring jurisdictions, yeah.
I got some from Catawba County coming too, I think.
Well, don't call them out.
Why not?
Yeah, those neighboring jurisdictions, we appreciate you guys coming out as well. We might have to work out how we're going to come back to your church and do that information, but you're gonna be well equipped tomorrow with what the sheriff has to say, what Shawn has to say. Justin as well.
Justin will be there.
Okay, all right. One of the newest threat assessment investigators is Justin Carroll. He had been with the is with the CERT team.
He is with CERT team. He's a sniper.
So we've got one of our press releases we'll talk about here shortly that talks about some of the actions of the CERT team, and we appreciate that. And that brings a different dynamic, I guess, to your team approach when you're teaching, to be able to talk about some of those. What did you call them? Hard corners?
Hard corners?
Okay. What is that?
That's the corner you're going to go to if you're in a lockdown.
Okay.
Where you have the least chance of being hit by a bullet.
Okay. All right. And, I know there's other things that you talk about as well. Cover versus concealment.
Yep.
The sheriff talks about, being able to see around corners and that kind of stuff. Some things that you're able to talk to them when you're doing the training.
Yep.
And, you've even talked about methods that not everybody's using guns for these active killing situations, right?
No, the one in let me refresh my memory on my notes.
Okay. Uh-huh.
On July 26th, just a few weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
the guy stabbed 11 people in a Walmart in Michigan.
Wow.
Before he was held,
Mhm.
pretty much detained by a Marine veteran
Mm-hmm.
who had his concealed carry permit
Mm-hmm.
and held him at gunpoint until law enforcement arrived.
Nice. Well, we appreciate our veterans in more than one way. It's exactly right. And you'd even, it's kind of eerie talking about it, but you'd mentioned vehicle-borne assailants at one time. And then after you said that, there was one within a few. So cars, knives, guns.
It's not just guns anymore. It's
right.
People are using whatever they can.
Right.
To cause chaos.
Right. Exactly. And it's to instill that threat and like you said, chaos, if you will. So, well, let's get into some good news. Do we want to talk, should we say good news or bad news? Actually, it's all good news because it's just bad for the criminals.
Yeah, bad for them, not for us.
Exactly. It's good for us.
Everybody else.
Yeah, it's good for the citizens. But you said you were going to talk about what we did on Thursday, our graduation last week.
Teen Academy.
Yes.
That's your baby, huh? The sheriff's baby.
Yeah. He had a good time coming out. We had 31, I believe it was, to graduate. That's one of those places where I've learned that we never cut off registration.
There was a lot.
There was like 57.
We had to break up into 3 or 4 groups that night. We did the active shooter and CERT training stuff.
Yep. You guys did a great job with them on that because I remember I had never got to see the night vision goggles. 26 years in law enforcement, I've never had night vision goggles on. And these teenagers, they're looking like big bug eyes, looking through that stuff.
They had a good time.
Yeah, they did. And I think that's part of the active shooter training that you did with them was talking about those hard corners.
Yep, we
where
talked
to
about
go,
that.
why to be there,
what to expect when law enforcement makes entry into the room.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean that's a scary place for them to be in, but it's also something that you guys practice often in the schools, and they need to practice the way they play. Is that the way it's said? I never played sports, so I don't really know the terminology for that.
And speaking of that, like a bunch of SROs went to some pretty intense active shooter training 2 weeks ago now.
Right, yep.
Over in Samarkand.
Yep, up in Samarkand, the I think it's Department of Justice or Department of Public Safety facility that they turned into a great training center.
Yeah, we did a threat assessment training there a month ago now.
They have a school, right, that they turned into. So they have like an old high school.
I think it's an old juvenile detention facility.
Okay,
it's been converted.
Okay, but they have like classrooms and stuff they can do active training in.
They brought a doctor that studies, Dr. Langman, that studies nothing but active shooter stuff. He did an 8-hour lecture.
Oh wow,
it was long. It was good.
It's a long time to listen to a doctor about stuff.
We made a lot of notes, and we're changing the way we're doing a couple things.
Oh, nice.
For the better, but it was a lot over there.
And the I think there was virtual reality. I saw a video of a couple of the deputies with the goggles on. There was a way to do immersive training without having to fire the shots.
I just got to do that when I went to Taser instructor school a few weeks ago now.
Okay.
It was a busy summer.
Yeah.
Everything seems like it was yesterday.
And so you did VR stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
We did some VR training there.
Okay.
And,
well, I mean,
we're trying to get some here, I think.
Yeah. And the sheriff always pushes and encourages the folks to train. And I know when school's out, they did quite a bit this summer.
It was a busy summer.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But they're all back in schools now, and that's another thing. It's good news. You can see if you check out our Facebook, all those smiling faces and happy kids. I don't see any tears in those faces, but I think there was a lot of pictures sent in to Miss Dara. So
I saw some this morning.
Some of those tears, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of those staggered start kindergarten classes. Well, either way, it is what it is. They're back in school. We're happy to be back in school with them.
Yes.
We're glad to be able to make those relationships and continue on with that. I mean, I know that the citizens appreciate the sheriff putting you in a situation where you can go in and help them with their lockdown drills and those hard corners and those other places to be able to do that. So that's pretty good. I think I've used this whole segment talking about that. So we've got a couple arrests. Several arrests, 2 big search warrants that went out, some other cases that we're going to talk about. So we'll do that after the next break. What else did you want to say to us, Shawn? What else? What could you give us 1 minute of why you want to come to Church Shield tomorrow?
Ooh, 1 minute.
1 minute.
It's easy.
Okay.
Come to Church Shield, protect your flock, protect your people.
I like that.
That's the only thing that matters.
I like that. That's good. You give me goosebumps.
Good.
Yeah.
Here for you.
Protect your flock, folks. Come to Church Shield.
I can't even claim that as my own. One of the preachers said it one day, and I was like, I'm writing that one down.
And I know you've got a couple of verses and stuff in there too.
Yeah.
That I mean, you can't help but do this job and feel like there is an opportunity to serve another.
Yep.
I mean,
Church Shield is probably my favorite class that we teach.
Mm-hmm.
The anti-terrorism, the active shooter, all that stuff.
Right.
Church Shield is the one I think I get the most out of.
And it's for everybody. Seriously, it's for your little old lady giving out the mints on the front row, to the guy up in the booth doing sound, to the guy in the parking lot doing the traffic, as well as your safety team. So make sure you get that. I'll stop talking about it. Now I won't say that. I might say it again before we're out, but we'll see you back in another minute.
workwear and western wear. I am not your host, Sheriff Darren Campbell, but I'm introducing your host for the last segment, Captain Matt Burleyson.
Fine job. That was really good, Shawn. That was great. I think Joe put you up to it. There was a bit of peer pressure there. A
little bit.
Because he gave you an out.
Oh, it was
he
beautiful.
said, it's easy to do. Just say, welcome back. Now here's your host, Matt.
Thanks, Joe.
Good job, Joe. Way to go. Way to get some involvement here in the studio. So, yep, thank you guys for tuning back in. If you'd like to get involved and send us a Facebook message, ask a question, we are here for that. And we said we'd get to some of our cases here at the end, some of our press releases. You know, we're always locking up folks, especially these drug folks that they just don't seem to get the message. If you're going to do drugs, deal drugs, then go somewhere else.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah, we're gonna catch you. So you were telling me about your partner being part of the CERT team,
yep.
And I know that our public information officer the other day was able to go out and do some, kind of behind the scenes look at what was some of the stuff that was going on with that team. They did 2 search warrants in one day.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know about these things. So to me, I would say it's unprecedented. I don't know the last time that's been done, but that's a lot of undertaking, a lot of planning and preparation.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's been situations where the team has maybe split and done others in different places, but this was whole team, morning, afternoon.
Yeah, they were out all day.
Right. And so the first one there was 222 Hidden Lakes Road. And there at 222 Hidden Lakes Road, we've got, there's numerous charges and stuff out of this, and I'll get to those. But you were telling me about some of what did the CERT team find whenever they made entry there? Who was there?
7 adults, 1 child, 2 infants. They got a bunch of narcotics. They got 21 grams of methamphetamine, 35 dosage units of Subutex, a bunch of drug paraphernalia items, and then the kids were turned over to DSS. So it was a pretty big deal.
Yep. And so to make them famous, like Sheriff says we always do, I'll call their names. Eric Shawn Campbell of 222 Hidden Lakes Road, 41 years old, no bond for maintaining a dwelling and sales of use of controlled substance and child abuse as well because of those children that were there. John Daniel Oxendine, 51 years old, same address, felony possession of methamphetamine, also felony maintaining dwelling or sales or use of controlled substance, child abuse, $30,000 bond. Melissa Deanne Lofton, 53 years old, of same address, $10,000 bond for felony possession of meth and maintaining a dwelling and child abuse. So these guys were selling out of this home where these kids were. That's good. That's child abuse. $12,500 for Bridget Kathleen Kerrigan, 37 years old. Same charges there. Felony maintain a dwelling for sales, use of controlled substance, and child abuse. Travis David Reed, 28 years old. And he looks really old for 28. You can check out our pictures on Facebook. Felony possession of Schedule 2, controlled substance, child abuse. So that leads us into the next. Oh, I'm sorry. Travis David Reed, that's why he was a different age. He was in the next case, the 1719 Wedgedale Road in Statesville. So do you know the details about that? That was later on in the afternoon whenever they hit that one?
Oh, I think we got that one mixed up. That one was the one where they got all that stuff.
Yep. So if you look at the guns in the picture that were taken from that Wedgedale Road there, it looks like some sawed-off AR-15 pistols. There's lots of different CBD, some cash back there, some other paraphernalia, several pistols, and all that kind of goes along, with that type of behavior, attitude, whatever it may be. Felony amounts, firearms, drug paraphernalia. One person was arrested, and I believe they've got that's the Travis David Reed.
Yep.
There was also Richie Granado. That was the guy that had the fun hairstyle there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wedgedale Avenue there with Fruia. So all these are on our website, and one of the things that the sheriff wanted to say as far as using the CERT team, using those the professionals to do this. They're used at both locations due to large number of suspects, some with significant criminal histories. They're highly trained deputies equipped to handle such high-risk operations. We want drug dealers to know that Iredell County is not the place you want to try to conduct business. We have more investigations ongoing, and we'll continue to work these cases until we catch these offenders.
Yeah, the guys over there have been busy.
So I think more search warrants to come,
Probably.
more CERT team entries. Speaking of another successful search warrant, at the Masters Inn, that's the one over there behind...
By the Waffle House, I think.
by the Waffle House, there at the traffic circle.
Yep.
So Masters Inn, 702 Sullivan Road. John Anthony Mazzullo, 52 years old, as well as Cody Shane Jett, 24 years old. The narcotics detectives were able to get information, more community tips. I mean, we get a lot of the information from our app. You can give us a call, send us an email, stop us on the road. We'll take you anonymous information. That Mazzullo was dealing methamphetamine and tried to avoid arrest on multiple outstanding warrants for felony assault, inflicting serious bodily injury, felony conspiracy, felony breaking in a motor vehicle, and misdemeanor injury to personal property. So, lesson to be learned. If you're wanted for all this stuff,
don't sell drugs.
Get out of town. Get out of the county, right? Yeah, don't sell drugs. So after surveillance on the motel room, Cody Shane Jett was seen supplying large amounts of methamphetamine. And he's also, known for around the county, I guess, as far as that. So with the search warrant, they were able to found a half pound of methamphetamine, $22,000 worth, over $22,000 worth in the vehicle. And they were taken down and served with these outstanding warrants that Mazzullo was hiding from. He got $50,000 on those bonds. And then Cody Shane Jett was charged with felony trafficking methamphetamine by possession, by transportation, and by maintaining a vehicle or dwelling for sale of controlled substance. So he didn't get a bond because he was already out on bond for other charges.
Yeah, he's got a lengthy history.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it just says here that, again, what the sheriff says, this is another example of law enforcement and community working together to reduce crime and make our community safer. So constantly working on that. The sheriff says if you give us information, we will run with it. We will take it on. We will do what we need to do to make sure that those people are brought to justice. And, these are your dealers. I've heard him say several times before that, these folks are selling actively, dealing. I mean, it's a motel room. I mean, there could be kids on vacation, family. I know there's a laundromat, a grocery store, the Waffle House, everything right there, and there's deals being made.
Yep.
And so when we set out to take out these folks, they're dealers, not the users. If the user has a problem, again, call us, reach out to us. We'll see what we can do to, get you guys some help on that. So, and we thank the CERT team for making sure everybody stays safe. That's how these things are done. So, let's see. That last one, I think, was the Georgia inmate charged in a prison extortion scheme, something like that. Mm-hmm. If you get a phone call involving a family member that they say is in jail or incarcerated or trying to extort you for money, call us. Nobody accepts money over the telephone. Nobody asks for that.
You can also check the Sheriff's Office app.
Exactly right.
See who's locked up. See if your loved one is locked up.
Yep. So if they tell you you've got someone locked up in the Iredell County Jail, some loved one, you need to send bond money, you need to send, some type of extortion money. I mean, after you call us, then you can look on the web, look on the app. But the app will show you everyone that's been in our facility and what their charges are for, and those lovely mug shots that we make them famous with on Facebook. But just be careful of those. If some things just don't make sense, then ask us, give us a call. Even if you're not a victim, but something you feel like just don't sound right, just don't look right, something's wrong with this scenario, then give us a call because we may be working a case that's similar to that. I know that there's been a few phone call schemes here lately where they've tried to call up and, whatever it may be, somebody just hurt, somebody needs something, they kind of play on the sympathies of folks. And school starting back in, you're worried about your grandkids. There's that type of scheme that goes on as well. And we actually do a training with the Special Victims Unit where they'll come out and talk to you guys about your churches, your businesses, your civic groups, about those type of scams and frauds that are happening. And I really like those because it's a great information exchange. The sheriff's able to put people that investigate this into positions in the community, and they get information.
Yep.
Always, you'll give 30 minutes for, presentation, but then you'll have 45 minutes of, hey, this happened to me.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, my parents or my kids or whatever. And it's a great investigative tool. We're able to get information out of that.
Yeah, we did a senior church thing a while back with me and one of the fraud guys, and they didn't want nothing to do with me. They asked him questions for hours.
Yep. And we do those. The sheriff always encourages any groups to call in. We're happy to help out. Pretty much, sheriff says whatever you need, you ask us, and we'll make it happen. I think you had a terrorism class come up.
Helped develop a anti-terrorism, terrorism awareness class for the county.
Right.
And,
de-escalation.
it's de-escalation stuff.
Security assessments in homes, businesses.
Yep.
Come out and check those out. So, guys, we're in the business to help you. So anything we can do to help you, just let us know. Anything that, anything you guys want to see or hear about, give us a call, give us drop us a line on Facebook, get on our app. And I said I wouldn't, but I need to say it one more time.
Come out tomorrow night for Church Shield.
Exactly right. Tomorrow night for Church Shield, free class. Don't want to miss it. Protect your
flock.
Protect your flock.
It's going to be
good.
at the Ag Center, 444 Bristol Road.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you don't need to register. If you're not registered, it's fine. Just come on. Yep.
We'll make you register there.
Guys, we appreciate you tuning in to The Good, the Bad, and the Guilty with our threat assessment, highly trained individual here, Shawn Rowe. Thank you, guys.